Hello and welcome to this course on automating change in your life. This course is built from a need that we all seem to have. We know what we want to do, but somehow we can't get ourselves to do it. For example, many people want to eat better or exercise more, but their efforts soon lead to failure and despair. People aspire to make more money, work harder, smarter, set goals, accomplish them, yet before long they succumb to old habits. Regardless of how we consciously strive to act, we find ourselves reacting, as if a program is running somewhere in the back of our minds, reacting to food, circumstances, and other stimuli in the same dysfunctional ways that we don't want, rather than from our value system. Frustrating, isn't it? And so, how do we try to solve this dilemma? Well, we try reading and gaining new facts, information, insights, and yet the problem is it really a lack of knowledge? I mean, don't we all know we should eat better, exercise more, work smarter, and so on? So regardless of how much we try to pack new knowledge into our minds, it's often futile because we're by definition in a reaction mode. A program is already locked and loaded, and we're simply acting the program out. We can call this our reactor, our subconscious mind. Now here's a key insight. If we can change the way our reactor reacts, we can dramatically improve the quality of our lives. Now look at this carefully. We're not asking our reactor not to react. We're simply programming our reactor to react differently to the same stimuli. Is this possible? It is, thanks to the power of neuroplasticity, our brain's natural potential to rewire itself. This is how scientists have discovered brain trauma victims who have miraculously healed, and how research shows that people can learn languages or new skills at any age, kind of like flipping a mental switch. Yeah, right? It sounds too good to be true to most people. Don't we have to agonize or horsewhip ourselves into change? Not necessarily, as I discovered 12 years ago. If we could rewind the clock, you would see a Jeff Coos who was a good 50 to 60 pounds heavier than I am today. And I thought, since it was a health or physical issue, that I had to solve the problem through physical remedies. I had no idea that the real problem was rooted in my mind. So, like millions of others, I set goals and took action, busying myself with diets and exercise programs and other remedies, all physical and action-oriented in nature. But despite monumental efforts, I kept failing over and over again, as if some mysterious force made it impossible to change. Eventually, after 10 years on this fruitless merry-go-round, I decided to quit. Then I had the good fortune of experiencing an epiphany while taking a casual stroll in the park. It was like I had this instant download mentally, and could suddenly look into my brain and see a mass of subconscious thoughts all running outside my purview, which were automating failure. And when I saw them, I realized how fallacious they were, and they disappeared. At that moment, I experienced instant transformation, a new program that seemed to create itself, and a new perspective on food that ran on autopilot. It was as if my brain rewired itself for a different reality. As a result, I lost all desire to overeat and lost all excess weight in 3 months, and have kept it off ever since for the past 12 years. Now, what amazed me was how easy the results were without dieting or hard work, and how my blood pressure and cholesterol began to normalize automatically. Many years later, I deconstructed the whole experience down to a 5-step process, and I applied it to other things like writing, composing music, and my job at work. In every case, if I conscientiously followed the process, it allowed me to put success on autopilot. This is by far the fastest and most direct path to change that I've ever experienced personally. And the reason for this is that you don't have to spend long hours of time superimposing a system of change on top of a program that's running on autopilot in your subconscious mind. Instead, you just change the autopilot program itself through a step-by-step process. It's kind of like having a pair of magic glasses to uncover the hidden program in your subconscious mind and then reprogram it at will. Okay, so let's put this to work. The first step is to make sure that you're not in an antagonistic relationship with your subconscious mind. Respect and honor it. Partner with it, and you can leverage it to operate in a more constructive way. For example, once I discovered this system, my subconscious mind still kept on reacting. It just reacted differently because the program running it was different. Second, take time to familiarize yourself with the system through the books, audiobook, my sketchbook, video. These all essentially teach you the same system, but in different ways and for different applications. Enjoy Ku's music too, which is really a highly unique element of this program because it's infused with the same messages as the rest of the curriculum. Third, this is not prescriptive. It cannot tell you what to think or do, but how to go about applying the process yourself. It can really only be learned by experience, just like learning a new language or skill. To facilitate this, follow the steps in the action guide and feel free to reference the other materials as needed. Fourth, one of the biggest ways that people fail with this system is the belief that you somehow don't deserve what you seek. Sometimes it's subtle, other times it's about as subtle as a subliminal jackhammer. And if this seems unclear, then you'll gain more insight by watching the sketchbook video and some of my books. And fifth, this system can be summarized by simply doing less, but gaining more benefits, more rewards. That's why the bestseller that this program was created from is called Greater Balance, Greater Reward. You'll find more success in focusing on a few important, high-leverage activities versus flailing around in an activity trap. In the final analysis, this system operates a little on paradox. If you try and force or control results, they may not come. If you relax, give yourself plenty of patience, and play with this creatively, the results will more likely come naturally. Have fun with it, and you'll be amazed when you unlock the keys to automation in your life. Well, thank you for your interest in this unique approach to change, and I wish you all the best as you apply it. If you know anyone else who might benefit from it, please encourage them to follow it as well. They'll probably thank you for it.